Okay, it's been a little while since I made the last episode. I think we're just about ready to wrap things up here with our application. The last thing we were working on is a standings report, and I don't know if there's anything else we really need to put in here. So let's just finish. I'm going to finish up the standings report. Now we'll take a look and see if there's anything else, anything we need to tie up here. Just hang on 1 second. Okay. So let's go right to that report. Let's close this form for now. And I think where we left off, we have to do some formatting here. This looks absolutely awful. All right. So let's. But that's the fun part of this. I think I think I mentioned this before. The most time-consuming part of an Access app is the formatting, the report, and it's still a lot better than you do web apps and you gotta use all this fancy, maybe not fancy, but you style sheets and JavaScript and all that. To be able to simply drag and drop things is very, very nice. All right, where do we even start here? Let's put the win percentage last. So we're gonna go division name. And you know what? Actually, since it's a report, I'm going to put the city and name together. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to data, and I'm going to say equals team city, and I just realized I'm going to get an error from this. It did. Yeah, okay. I thought it. Yeah. Okay, circular reference. It's. Because we dragged Team City in here, and so it made a text box called Team City. So when I say Team City at Team Name, it thinks I'm referring to the text box and not the column. They have the same name, but it's getting mixed up. So that's not a problem. All I have to do is rename this. I'll just... Team? Just the name of a text box. Okay, there we go. And we can remove team name, and we can put. Let's see. I don't really want. I don't want to play with the labels too much right now. But let's just say team. Let's. By the way, yeah. Let's make these all bold. And again, I don't know why it doesn't make things black by default. There's some things Access does in its default behavior that are I've done this. I've talked about this already. It's kind of a head scratcher to me. But anyway, let's center these two. So we got the team name. Let's see. It should be good enough for now. We'll see. Now we have wins and losses and ties. Now, when I previewed the report earlier, it looked like these were really scrunched together, which is kind of strange because they're very wide text boxes, wider than we need. Let's first center this and just kind of, let's just see where we're at the moment. Okay, all right. Maybe I was imagining things. Obviously, we're going to move these closer together. All right. Let's do. Oh, you know what? Division name header. Is it a text box? Oh, text box. Good. Okay, so we're going to do, we're going to name this division, and I'll just do equal sign. Maybe can I do a Shift F2 on this? Oh, there we go. It's very hard to zoom in on these things, to look at those things if I'm not zoomed in. So, okay, division name and division. Did I spell that right? Yeah. I'll probably have to make that a little bit longer. And maybe we'll indent this a little bit more. Okay, now, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's remove these. And I'm going to rename this. I should give this a TXT prefix. But, oh wait, I'm looking at control source. I don't want that. I want the name of the box. We call it record, or team record. And then I'm going to go to data, and I'm going to let's do another Shift F2. So this is going to equal wins And I'll put a double space. Can I do a dash and not just a hyphen? I don't have that on my keyboard. Hang on a second. One moment. Because I couldn't leave well enough alone, I had to open character map to find the dash. I don't know if there's any way to do it. My keyboard doesn't have a dash on as far as I can see. Anyway, go to losses. And these are variables that are, I mean, these are field names that are being passed into the form, so it shouldn't be an issue. And ties. That should work. And that'll prevent everything from being crowded in together. Let's remove these so I can see. Oops, we did that. Win, loss, tie. And we'll kind of just pop that up here for the moment. No, I'm not going to worry about formatting yet. And percent. Okay. So this should be enough. Oh, and the win percent. Okay, we had one more problem. We had these dashes. That's because it's too narrow. You see, when we click on these, they're long decimal places, and so we'll have to shorten those. That's why we're getting the dashes, if you were wondering earlier. All right, so let's do format decimal places 3, and that should do it. I could put general number. I don't think that's going to matter much here. Let's just see. Oh, it's still... Okay. General number... Oh, I think I fixed. Okay. Let me see that. Okay, there we go. You know, it's... This is what happens when you work off the cuff, you know, unplanned. You know, on second thought, I didn't really need the dashes. But I'll just leave them there. I don't think we need the pages. We don't need the pagination, I don't think. Ordinarily, when I make reports, it's important to know when it was printed. I don't think that's so much in this case here. That just kind of... All right. Last thing to do here is is kind of fix up the formatting and the spacing and that type of thing. I mean, when you look at this application, it's limited in the fact that I removed I didn't put the functionality in for conferences, and you know, could have done that. It would have made making the schedule more difficult, and I felt, you know, with divisions that's good enough to for the purpose. If, as I said before, as I think I said before, if this series takes off, if it becomes popular, yeah, we could do a few more. We can expand this one a little bit. So you got to draw the line at some point. All right, let's. I think we have time to do some formatting here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this in layout view to make it a little bit easier. Okay, let's look at the team name. I don't think they need to be that long, but I'll only shorten this a little bit. Let's make this bolded. I think I only need to do one, that's why. And make it a bit bigger. Okay. Beautiful. I don't think we even really need the labels, to be quite honest. I'm just gonna remove. I'm gonna remove this label, but I'm gonna leave the others. I think it's almost. All right, let's move this. Actually, wait. We can move the whole thing to the left. Actually, can't we? I also don't think we need it to be quite this big. You know what? If it's on like a hockey league, you could have big numbers in here, or baseball. I can't move win-loss and ties down here because then it's going to happen over every division, which may not be a bad thing, actually, if you think about it. Oops, I got to go into design view. Well, let's just see which one we like better. If I move it down here, and, oh, you know what? Let's make this the same font size, right? Format Painter. Oh. Just realized I have to double-click if I want this on more than one. Okay. Let's just see how this works, and let's make sure everything's centered. Not the team name, but everything else. I generally center numbers. And I leave, if it's a text field, I leave it left justified. That's just a personal preference. Okay, let's go to percent. Win percent. Let's make, oh, you know what? Let's align this a little bit. Align top. And move it up a little bit too. All right, and down here, let's make sure these are aligned. They pretty much are. Yeah. These could use a little bit of a left space. Size to narrowest. I don't think we need to be. Probably move these in a little closer. And move these a little closer. All right, let's see how that looks. I mean, these two are now going to appear in every division instead of just ones at the top, but that may not be a bad thing. It's a personal preference. Let's just see what that looks like. Yeah, okay, we got to get rid of those boxes. Certainly for the percent, maybe I don't know. Maybe some people might want them around the division name, but I'm sorry. We had we had boxes around everything in this headers. Okay. So we'll just select all of these. Take away the border. So border, transparent. I think that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and standings report. I'm going to close this. We can make the standings header a little bit. Yeah, we don't need to make the whole thing so wide. I don't know why the header was only part of it was blue, but the whole. You know what? First of all, let's shrink down page header too. Oh, okay. Let's just do one more minor thing. I'm going to put a little more room here at the bottom, and I'm going to center the word standings. And I think that should set us up. Okay, I'm done messing with this for now. Let's put a little more, put a tiny bit of space here, just to, yeah. Okay, that's enough. I promise that's enough. I'm closing it now. Okay, I'm closing it. All right, we got a few minutes left. Maybe, let's see. I think we can put something else in that's searched. Oh, did I ever? Oh, you know what? I shouldn't just reset all of one team's games. Did we ever? Oh, you know what? We never. It's been so long since I filmed the last episode. I don't think this actually does anything yet. Obviously, it doesn't. I think the week does. And we did arrange it so we can show either team or week. So these two are an or. Now, the tough thing, and why I think, can we try doing it this episode? If it goes too long, I'll split this up. Because I'm thinking, if I want to show only played games, everything else has been, when you change this, you change the search. So I want to do the same thing with played. However, the difference is, played is going to be outside of team and week. In other words, you could do team, or you could do week, one or the other. But played is going to kind of go on top of those. So, okay, I'll just show you a notepad, just kind of typing it out. What we want is played. We're going to show played and team or week. I don't know why I had to capitalize all caps that. Anyway, so we can show team or week, but played is going to be outside of that. So in other words, clicking played. If we're already looking by week, clicking played, and let's assume let's reset this game. Clicking played is going to hide this game, but it's not going to just reset. It's not going to reset everything. It's not going to. It's not going to suddenly. If it's not just if I press reset here, it's going to show all games again. If I press play, it's not going to undo the team or week. I hope I'm being clear on that. I think I just made these more complicated. Let's get the played in there. I don't think I could justify a whole nother episode with that. Let's just go ahead and do that. So clicking played. Now this is going to be a little more. Oh, wait. I already have an after update? Oh, I haven't done anything with it. Okay. Then I'll explain it. All right. Let's see here. So let's kind of take away... let's just move the entire sub up here. So I can do, with the other after updates. Check played filter. Oh, that's why you have to add the word filter to know that's in the filter. That's in the search section. Anyway. Okay, so after update, now what are we gonna do? I want to base it on this. So I wonder if we're doing this based on filters, not on SQL statements. So I'm trying to think how can I do this. Let me just try something here. I'm going to assume that filter is already on. If it isn't, then checking this thing isn't going to do anything anyway. So I'm not going to. So I'm just going to assume that me.filter on is true. So here's what we'll try here. Me.filter equals me.filter and oh boy, I forgot the name of the. Is played. Is played. I need the name of the column. And where was I? Oh, and is played equals. Let me check played. Let's see what happens. Because if there is, the only thing I can find that would be an issue is if it hasn't been filtered at all yet. Me filter is going to be blank, in which case the filter is just going to be and is. You know what? Let's kind of preempt that. If me.filter not equal to, then that way if it's blank, if it hasn't been filtered yet, it's just going to ignore this. All right, let's. If this doesn't work, I'll do it. We'll fix it in another episode. But let's just see. Okay, so played. No, that's not doing anything. Oh, you know what? Probably because I haven't filtered anything yet. So let's. You know what? Yeah, actually, we do want it running if it's. We just want. It's the filter's going to be different. Instead of just saying and is played equals, it's just going to be is played equals. So that's probably why it's not. Let's Orlando Thunder. Okay. And, okay, I don't know if it's... So, what if it's changed when this is already filtered? Search, I think, spoke... Okay, see, there we go. This is checked, but the unplayed games still appear because changing the team doesn't trigger this. So we're going to have to figure that out a little bit. Let's at least see if... okay. It's not... This is a little weird. There's something I'm not accounting for. It's going to be something that... It's probably something quick, but we're running a little low on time in this episode. So, like I said, it's probably something simple. I probably... we may have to make the filtering a little bit more involved than I thought. Because we'll troubleshoot this in the next episode. We finished the report. Pretty good. We'll kind of wire that up into this form. Okay, so yeah, we it's not quite behaving. Oh, it's kind of sort of working, but it's doing something strange here. Okay, more on this next time. I'll see you in the next episode. In the meantime, any questions? Please leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.